What's good, y'all? It's your boy Game of Pound for Pound, aka Go P for P, man. Hit that like button and subscribe. You guys know the rest. So let's get straight to it, y'all. Post-fight reaction of Errol, Spence Jr. and Shawn Porter, man. Man, this is a great fight. This is what I'm gonna have to go immediately watch again. I just watched it at a friend of mine's house, man. We had a fight party, like we always do for the big events, and this one lived up to the billing, man. So let's break it down. To sum it up, Errol Spence wins by a split decision, which I can't disagree with. I did see it more of a draw. The drop and the accuracy of Errol Spence kind of waving me towards him, just to be honest. But let's break down what happened in this thing. So in the first, let's break it down. The first three rounds, Errol Spence won those, in my opinion. He was more effective. He cut the ring off on Shawn Porter early, and he actually pressed forward with the action with his jab, a little body work here and there, and he was just cutting the ring off and was more effective and more accurate than Shawn Porter early on. Fourth round is when it completely changed. And I knew that Errol Spence was going to do what I mentioned. If you go listen to my fight breakdown, man, he went to the high guard and he let Shawn Porter get off on him. And I expected that because this is sort of what he does. It's kind of like a bootleg thing of what Mayweather used to do, take rounds off and just be a defensive wizard for a round or two to just let a guy swing himself out. And, you know, some people see that as carrying your opponent, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think that's necessarily what this was. I think that the Porters were strategically ready for Errol Spence to do just so. So when Errol Spence did take the rounds off, he went to the high guard, put the earmuffs on. He tried to spin Shawn Porter, he tried to just block and parry some of Shawn Porter's blows. And Shawn Porter, when Errol Spence tried to go to the body, Shawn Porter did what I said. As far as the tactical breakdown, what he should do was he spun Errol Spence and he attacked back at Errol Spence's body, which was exactly one of the key points is what I said. As far as attacking Errol Spence's body to land a lot of effective blows and just stick to it. And he spun him beautifully. He actually spun Errol Spence so much that he took Errol Spence's jab effectiveness away in this total fight, which I have to give him complete credit for, man. It was actually beautiful to watch. I can't lie. And yes, Shawn Porter, and something he actually did was beautiful to me, and that was his footwork, which I said it was underrated. He took Errol Spence's jab away with his footwork. He spun Errol Spence majority of the time, and he caused Errol Spence, who was front foot heavy like I expected him to be, he caused Errol Spence to go against his own game plan and spinning Shawn Porter and keeping him in front. So through the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth round, Shawn Porter made it a brawl. And towards these middle rounds, around that time, Shawn Porter was the more active fighter. He landed the more effective punches, and he swung more. I say he swung the more effective punches. He landed the more effective because a lot of the shots he fired had Errol Spence's head snapping back. And Errol Spence was more accurate because he swung less, but Shawn Porter was smothering Errol Spence's work, which is something new for me to see, actually. He smothered Errol's work a lot of the middle rounds. And the 6th, the 8th, and the 9th round was super close. Like some of those were like 9-9 or 10-10 rounds. They were so hard to score for me, man, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to look at this thing again and give it an honest assessment with unbiased eyes, those fresh eyes in the middle. You know, adrenaline is rushing, you're seeing the action. You can kind of waver the process of you seeing things for what it is. So those middle rounds, or the latter middle rounds, which were the 7th, 8th, and 9th rounds, those are really close rounds. We had like 7 guys in a party. They were saying that they seen fight almost 7 different ways, man. We all had our different opinions and views on why each fighter may have been up for those rounds. So we enter the 10th. What would it be? The 10th, the 11th, and the 12th, which will be the championship rounds. My breakdowns are completely off, excuse me. But as far as the round goes, so in these championship rounds, Errol Spence actually turned it up a notch a little bit. I want to say in the 7th round, if I want to go back, a 7 or 8 round, he kind of took the round off again, and Shawn Porter completely won that round. Even though Errol landed the more accurate punches, Shawn Porter was busier, and he actually looked to be more effective with his aggressiveness, man. He had Errol Spence looking a little tired and looking a little wavering. He looked like the stronger fighter. The championship rounds, Errol Spence changed that. He started to sit down on his shots. He was more into catch and shoot mode more effectively, and things changed for Errol Spence in the 11th round when he slipped between one of Shawn Porter's punches. Instead of going to the high guard and letting Shawn Porter get off, he changed things up, and he swung when Shawn Porter swung and dropped Shawn Porter with a beautiful short left hook, and that dropped Shawn Porter. So that was the completely fight altering blow for me. That right there completely changed the course of the fight. In the 12th round, I gave that to Errol Spence. He was more accurate, more effective, and a little more aggressive than Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter may have still been on tired legs from being knocked down, and I think that actually was a 3-round swing for Errol Spence, and that's what gave him the fight. This is a great fight, man. Don't get it wrong. I had Errol Spence stopping Shawn Porter in the 9th round, and or I said between like the 9th or the 11th, 9th through the 11th. I was completely wrong. Gotta eat my crow on that. Errol Spence did get the nod from the judges. I can't be mad at that. I honestly, the way that Shawn Porter fought, I wouldn't have been mad if they gave Shawn Porter the fight because he hustled for it. And like I said, he's a hustle fighter. So I'm not angry at that at all. What Shawn Porter showed us was that Errol Spence's, if you want to call it flaws or tendencies, whichever way you want to break it down, he showed us that Errol Spence has some things that you can exploit on him, and that's his footwork. You have to have the ability to spin Errol Spence, and you have to have the ability to go in the fire against Errol Spence and outwork him. And Shawn Porter has those tools, and he did those things, and he did it beautifully, man. I can't say it enough, man. Even off his awkwardness and some of his ugliness, man, he made it effective, and when he did it, man. So I just got to give him his respects in that. But Errol Spence, like I said, did get the nod. He got a split decision. I actually was kind of shocked, not necessarily shocked that Danny Garcia came into the ring to call out Errol Spence. I've heard rumors that this will be the next bout for Errol Spence will be Danny Garcia, because I think he was like the contender for the WBC belt, which makes sense. You know, they want another pay-per-view. They want the money cut. And Danny Garcia wants his chance to be a pay-per-view star as well. So this is going to be the next one. Not mad at it at all. It's just that time, you know, this tournament, or if you want to call it that, it has to fulfill itself. Manny Pacquiao, I think, is going to keep himself busy with the Mikey Garcia fight. Mikey may take a fight, I'm hearing, before he takes that Manny Pacquiao fight. So who knows, man? Keith Thurman kind of put himself out of contention for an immediate rematch, because he's saying he's hurt now. Excuse me, man. I'm a little tired, you guys. But, yeah, man. Like I said, this was an amazing fight. I encourage you guys, if you can somehow watch the replay of this, go watch it. I can't say enough about Shawn Porter, man. Like this guy showed me a lot of things tactically, and I even though I said that as far as things that he should do, I just didn't expect for him to do it. I would have to give credit to Kenny Porter and Barry Hunter. I'm sure that they had a lot to do with this. He worked the mid-range to the distance beautifully, and he even went on the inside and he outbanged Errol Spence in at least half of the fight. And that's just me being straight honest. There's no use of being biased or trying to make it seem a certain way that I'm more for a certain fighter than the other. This is a beautiful fight. It was ugly. It was gritty, man. It was everything you want to see in a pay-per-view fight that you want to pay for, man. So, with respects to Shawn Porter and respects to Errol Spence, man, I'm out. I want to hear what you guys think about this fight. This thing was beautiful. I want to know who you guys want to see Shawn Porter fight next. I wouldn't mind Shawn Porter stepping back into the ring with Keith Thurman again next. I wouldn't mind Errol Spence fighting Danny and fighting the winner out of Pacquiao and Mikey, or getting there with Thurman. Or I wouldn't mind seeing Porter and Errol again. This thing was nice. This is pretty much a classic fight in my opinion because it was action-packed. A lot of the rounds you couldn't just honestly say someone was actually winning it, man, because they were that close, and it was close because of action, not because of stagnation. And I just have to give credit to these fighters, man. This is what we want to see in boxing, man. The best fighting the best. I got to give these guys credit. And look, man. Look, when Bud Crawford finally gets a chance to enter the realm of these PBC fighters, man, bruh, this is going to be insane. But look, let's enjoy this moment right here. Let's enjoy this moment, man. I'm out. Your boy, Game, going for the night. Let me know what you guys think. Hear from you guys soon. I'm out.